All right, so let's talk about part two. What I want to do is I want to take you through the whole process of connecting up the app to the App Store and how easy it is to do that. If you're just now getting here, this is part two of a three-part series, maybe four if I add some additional highlights. But this is about a tool called Friday Code. It's called Friday Code or tryfriday.ai, but they call it Friday Code. So let you take a look. I don't know if you can see this. Let me put this up here so you can see it. Uh, so this is the actual app that's showing up on my phone. It's a little bit more difficult to see, but it is actually on my phone. And that we kind of got up to that part yesterday. Let's go ahead and get into getting up to the app store, which has been up to this point very, very difficult to do. That's why they used to call. That's why I used to charge you so much to create apps. Remember they say, "Oh, I'll do an app for you, 10 grand." Hey, it's a lot to do that, but now this is a fraction of the cost. So let's get over to the desktop. And again, if it's your first time to this channel, this is all I'm doing. Now I'm trying to help people make money with this AI stuff and this AI game. Let's go over to the desktop. Let's take a look at it. There's also going to be a link in the description so you can pick it up for a quick lifetime deal, a lifetime cost on it. Let's go over to the desktop. All right, so this is the part that we left off on yesterday. I just kind of got you up to this point, and this is how the app looks on my phone. You just probably couldn't see it on the camera. One of the things I wanted to tell you, and I think I may have added this already here, but you can go here, you can add different skills. So for this particular build, you can say, hey, build mobile apps, iOS and Android from the code base, apps and sell sites and APIs. So we needed to add this skill. So as we're building it, we'll add the mobile apps skill. So the intelligence that's built into the code helps you design better. So that was one of the parts that I did leave off, but I wanted to show you that I had it to say, add this skill here. Also here, I'm using the Friday Go code, quick answers, daily takes. You can kind of get into your open router and you can start pulling up some other codes you want to use, but I'm just using a Friday Go, not using anything. These are different languages you can use as well. So let's go. Let's publish the app. So we're going to publish this to the App Store. So that's it. So let's take a look at it. So what you're going to do here is I'm going to have to go in, connect my Expo account. I got to connect that up. Then it's going to pick up my ID, and I got to change the name and all that. So let me connect up the app first. I don't want to expose any IDs or anything like that, but let me connect that up first. Let's take a look at it. All right, so just to kind of explain to you what took place. So I basically had to go to my expo.dev account, had to connect that up, had to get an access token, had to connect that in. Apple ID is already connected. App has a name, what it's looking for. All four of these need to be satisfied before it'll even connect. So I don't have an app icon present. The app needs to have a 1024 by 1024. That's the icon. That's the one that's going to show up pretty much the badge on a person's phone. So I don't have one, so we'll just draft it here. I love that. I love that it gives you the opportunity to keep it honest about what the app actually does. App rejects listings that claim features. So it's going to create a splash screen, iPhone splash screen. So let's do that and do that. Let's build that. And it does that on the go. I gotta tell you, I like that because you don't have to go back out. You don't have to try to figure it out. App Store listing. These App Store listing copy needed. Gather app icon needed. Splash screen needed. iPhone screenshots needed. All of those are needed. Again, I was using another app. I had to go and create all my own screenshots. It was crazy. But you're gonna give me all of this. Chef's kiss. I'm not gonna lie. I like that. So it's doing everything that it needs, and it's a lot to go. It's like filling out a college application. Okay, it really is. Just to get into the App Store, right? Build App Store listing, gather icons, splash screens. I'm sorry, but I can't complete that. Build these App Store listings, gather splash screens, follow scope. Ask me before adding anything outside of it. This plan is approved. Start building now and do not propose another plan. All right, so let me see. I approve it. Your preview is ready. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna build. I approve the build. So let's see what's happening here. I'll verify. So now the app is already built, and I'll create the approved listing assets from the real app now. The app is already built, and the scope confirms local test, persistent plus. Payment handoff place hard, not production. The icon concept is ready. I'm creating a matching portrait splash screen with the same visual language and no feature claims. So right now it's generating an image. These are all the things you need that I would have to go into another program to create. Definitely the splash screens are definitely difficult to do. And that made it difficult in the past, right? So metadata reverse, missing comma, it's putting that together. And again, it's doing this all on my desktop. This is the difference. This is not being done in the cloud. Okay. It's validating. All right. Splash screen, screenshots is ready in App Store listings, actual screenshots. So we'll go here, we'll go files. We will go generated images. These are the images here. App Store listing. Okay. All right. So let's go back to the preview. Let's publish. All right. So what you have to do is you have to have at least all 4 of these checkboxes satisfied, or you'll get a red X if one of these are not satisfied. So all 4 have to be satisfied, and then this button lights up for you for the start publishing. Your Expo account needs to be connected. That's via API. Then your API, your app ID, which your app ID, your app name, and your app icon will all be produced by the build that you do in here. So all of those you will get there. So the most one that you have to be concentrated with is your Expo account connected. So once you do that, then you can just click on Start Publishing. All right, so once that's connected, you're going to see let me see if I can get that here in the screen. You're going to see a launch window, right? And then it says continue in Expo. So we'll go ahead and continue in Expo. And so what then happens is you're going to see a dashboard. So let me see if I could show you that, because it pops up in the Expo, and then it does an actual connection to the App Store. So let me show you what that looks like. So this is what this looks like. Now, before you even get here, like I said, there may be another video. I'll just kind of take you behind the scenes on what it actually takes to get a developer's license. For one, it's $100 a year through Apple. You need to do that. But just to get into there and to navigate, that's a whole nother process. And let me know in the comments if you want me to do I was going to do a full workup of the whole App Store experience. It's a lot. So I may just do a master class on that, but let me know in the comments if you'd be interested in that. So what happens is when you get here, you have to choose your app store. You have to log in, and then you have to host your EAS hosting, and then they have a Play Store coming soon. So once you get into the App Store, launch that, then you can upload it. So let me show you what all that looks like once you get in. But it's a lot of moving parts, but once you get in, you're good to go. So let's take a look at that. So once you get in, once you log in, you have to give the app a name. I'm going with some of the defaults here just so that you would understand it. Then once you get in, it takes you through, you log into Apple, put in your password to get into the developer's store. Once you get in there, and it says, hey, ready to launch in the App Store. Now, once it gets inside the App Store, I'm going to show you what that looks like. And then that will be pretty much the end of this demonstration. But and it's not difficult. It's just very time consuming. But once it's done, again, like I said, this will be my 8th app. I'm probably not going to move forward with this app, but I just wanted to take you all the way through so that you can take a look at it. So let's go ahead and launch to the App Store. And that's pretty much it. What I will do is I will show you what it looks like in the App Store. Now, when you get in the App Store, there's a lot of moving parts, like a lot. So I've been using it for a while now. I'm pretty much accustomed to how to move around and navigate in there. And again, I'll probably do a master class. This is like an all-day session, but I need to know the interest. And this is more of a live session. It can't be more of recorded. It has to be live so people to understand what's going on at each individual critical point. So what it's doing now is just loading all of my artifacts, all of my documentation, all of that, and it's launching it into the App Store. So we're going to take a look at that. When I come back, we will be in the App Store. So it's just launching right now. So I don't want to hold you here. Let me speed up the camera. So as you can see here, it is going through and it's sending everything up for you. All right, so I'll just forward this particular piece along. So as you can see here, it is uploading everything from my App Store. From my trigger into my App Store here, and it's still loading it up to the App Store. So this is all in progress. Started about 3 minutes ago. So I just wanted you to take a look at that, and it is moving forward. All right, so the App Store install is ready. Let's take a look at it in the App Store, and this will complete our process. But this is a pretty easy. Now, a lot of people now go into it probably in another recap video, or actually I'll just end this with this video. I'll come back on screen and I'll let you know what I want to share with you as we go through the App Store. So as you can see now, my tool, it made it all the way up to the App Store. Now, once you go inside here, you have to go in and then prepare it for release or prepare it for submission. Now, getting it submitted, you have to make sure you have all your screenshots and all that. I think I have another video somewhere. I think I've done that before because it's so tedious. I think I've done that. I have to go look for it. But once you get it submitted, once you get everything set up and submitted, you then have to go through the approval process. The approval process will probably take you about 7 or 8 rejections. It's just the part of the process. So it'll really take you about 2, maybe 3 weeks to get it approved, because it'll take about a week just for them to get to it. And then it'll take another 2 weeks. Depends on how far you're off in your development and what they're asking for. So you really have to follow their rules and do everything to their standard. If you're using certain things or certain modules within the app phone. They have to know why you're using it. So it's a little bit more difficult, but it's definitely worth the process. What I will say is you can probably do, let me put my face here on the screen. Yeah, you can probably do most of this, I think, even without a Friday, right? A lot of people say, why do I need Friday? To me, Friday makes it so much more easier to do than a traditional. So you can go and say, let me, Claude, teach me, walk me all the way through. You could do that, but you'd have to do that for the entire time. You don't have a place to hold your repository. So there's going to be this, how much of this you want to have done for you. Because if you want to have 95% of this done for you, then you'll use Friday. If you want to not use that, then you can use Claude and you can use Kodak. You can, but those are for heavy developers. You have to be advanced. You have to know what you're doing. So really it's either cost versus time. If you have the money, if you have the money, you go with a Friday. But if you don't, if you have the time, then you just go and you do it all on your own. So that's kind of what I wanted to say. And I think a lot of people's like, oh, do I need to want to spend for that? Really right now, to get yourself a Mac Mini and to get yourself maybe a Friday code, I mean, you're probably looking at maybe $1,500 for your total buyout. To me, this $1,500 that you spend, you could build out one app for a company, make $5 to $7 grand easy. If you guys want to see that and how it looks, right? I am getting ready to produce an app for my dental company. I produced already a chat bot for their website, but I think they need an app. I'm really going to position that and sell that for about $7 grand. So I've already covered my costs and that's just for one dental company. Just imagine how many builds you can do for other people. The power in that is if you keep everything underneath your profile, or you can set them up on their own profile, which is a whole nother, that would be another setup. That's why it costs so much to do apps. And if a person's going to carry your app inside, if you're going to carry a person's app inside your developer studio, which cuts down on production time, if they don't have an IT manager, then you still pretty much control all the upgrades and all the tech support and all that comes with it. So you have to position your cost very effectively. So again, this has been Jenny Jones. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this whole walkthrough. I think it's worth it. I think one app, you can do $5-6 grand, or you create a customized app for a local bakery or something people can order their pies to go or something like that. I just think doing that, you could be so much more ahead of anybody else that try to do that. And you can be at $5 or $6 grand easy per application. That's why getting apps approved in the App Store is like getting a doctorate degree. It is so rewarding, but it's so frustrating. But I think now with these other tools, you can definitely get there a lot faster. So hopefully you enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Alrighty, you guys take care. Goodbye for now.